Hello. Yes, we are back in the room, and after the lunch break, we will be having we'll bring some the energy back in the room as we will be starting very shortly the pitching session between the clusters. So as we said, though the main topic of the conference is bioeconomy as driver for green, sustainable, and inclusive growth. We really want to give an opportunity to other sectorial clusters to present themselves. And this is very good chance to do this in the middle of the day, of the first day of the event, because it is good to know who else is in the room. So if you haven't get a chance so far to make your plans with whom you want to establish connections and with whom you want to speak and have meetings tomorrow, this is actually the chance to understand your neighbors and to make a proper plan to use the networking opportunities in the morning tomorrow to schedule meetings, because one of the main ideas of the conferences and events, that's why we are so struggling with this sector. They are the platform of any other sector, because during the events are the shortest period of time when people connect to each other and have a chance to understand how they can work together. So please use this chance. We've been pioneering in the field of events, live events in clusters. You see, we have tried to do many things to use the technology. As I said early in the morning, we don't know whether we will be able to do everything that we were planning in terms of technology to use this and that. But I think so far the things are good, and we managed to put one platform to another platform, people seeing it from one platform, the subscribers viewing the rest that are the regular subscribers. So now I will just mention just few of the clusters and we'll give the floor to Genoveva. Genoveva is Jenny. Genoveva, it's basically the lady of the clusters in Bulgaria, I have to say, because she is one of the drivers of the understanding of the entire clustering, the making of the policies, the making the connections. So she will lead this session. Jenny, the floor is yours, and I'll give you a chance to present the cluster that you've been running for so many years, and the latest ideas that you have for new cluster activities. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Teddy. Is it working? Yeah, it's working. So my task now is to bring the energy back into the room after the lunch break and a very early morning. How are you doing now? Fine, good, good. So I think we have like 1 hour for this session.
1 hour.
1 hour precisely, so I will try to be very punctual. And I will start with the following. How many clusters are in the room? Could you please stand up? You can just stand up, yeah?
Okay.
Oh la la! Wow, so the room is full. Super. Thank you very much, guys. I mean, this is a colleagues. How many universities? Anybody from university? Good. Okay. More than welcome. How many public sector? From public sector? Public NGO sector?
Yes.
Together.
Yes,
fine,
yes, NGO,
good.
yes.
Right. And I think we have from companies, from SMEs, you are a member of a cluster, but SMEs, we have yes, 2 representatives, 3 representatives. Good. Yes. So I think we are covering the triple helix quite successfully, so we can start. And I'm so pleased and I'm so proud of, especially of Dan and Teddy, who, I mean, Bulgarian, Romanian cluster organizations, although we are at the end of innovation, what was it? Innovation scoreboard. I think now we are leading in terms of the first offline event in this year. So applause, come on. So maybe the scoreboard will change, especially in the events and event management. But because what is really missing, and I think, do we have an online audience? So I'm sorry, so those, I don't know how many. They see over, okay. How many are there? Just to say hi guys to you too. How many are still alive from the morning session? Or 36. So very big welcome and warm welcome to those who are also online. And we're very, I mean, you should feel sorry that you are not here, because really it's great in St. Constantine. And what I was really missing these days is that, you know, the energy you cannot transfer remotely. And you can't really talk and look people eyes and look at the interactions. And this session is about pitching. And I think this, I mean, what happened during the lunch break now, we just established, so packaging cluster probably will be established in Varna, and Andrea was speaking about linking Romanian packaging or Hungarian also packaging cluster to the new Bulgarian packaging cluster, which will be coming. So this is exactly what is missing, what we've been missing, and that's exactly what we are about. I mean, this informal, you know, informal interactions, and I'm really pushing you to be very active. And now we will try to excite you, all those who are speaking. And I think that, as I know, not everybody can present now, but we'll be a little bit later in the other sessions. Okay, so everybody, we will know everybody. And during the dinner, we hope that we will have much more to report, not just about the packaging, but also about other initiatives. And this just happened now during the lunch break. So I'll be really short, probably about...
Rules are 5 minutes each. Yes.
Okay, so I already, I think, 5 minutes introduction. I have also 5 minutes. I'll just about make it for probably 5.5. So let me start with what I have prepared for you. You know me from the furniture sector in the furniture cluster, and you know, one of the cluster ladies in Bulgaria. And I really believe in clusters since 2005, 2006, when the clusters has been established here. So very often now in all this, the daily life, I started, you know, feeling like, oh, I'm just talking because I'm looking for the, it's there. Thank you. I know why I'm looking there, I don't know. Where is it? So I was so also pleased and proud of Antonio. Well, I'm serious, you know, I'm always serious, because as also Ula said in the morning session, clusters were one of the first to react in this absolutely unprecedented crisis we ever faced nowadays. So Antonio and the European Clusters Alliance, every single day, you know, poor Theodora's husband, I don't know how about the husband, but 125 meetings is a lot, you know, so no, yeah, sorry for him. So they were every single day talking about how different industries are mobilizing in order to face the new normal. And we really prove to European Commission, but also to ourselves and to the companies, that the clusters are the main drivers of the changes, of facing and overcoming the challenges, and the one who are providing solutions, especially how to live in the new normal, because we are already facing it, you know. How many people think that we will be in masks now, or with all this, you know, sitting like this? I mean, everybody would think that we are crazy 1 year ago. So clusters are really the drivers of the new normal, and they will continue leading in the new normal. So, okay, here or there or wherever. Anyway, I'll warn, so when I pass to you, you know how to do it. Where is it now? It's probably, okay, maybe. This is supposed to be like this? No? Okay, if you, can you help me, or you'd like to do it now? No, it's not moving. Just put the next one. The slideshow, just press the next one, no problem. Okay, so the Bulgarian furniture cluster, I think many of you, you know who are we, established in 2009. I'm the chair lady of this cluster, chair lady of the furniture cluster, you know, from 2009. No, it's working, I think, no, okay. And we are 52 SMEs, many design studios, universities, bronze label from the European Secretariat of Cluster Analysis, etc. So we've been really famous in the field of internationalization because we're exporting a lot. What we are doing is contract furniture, many results, 250 hotels in Europe, 20,000 hotel rooms, etc. 11% growth every year. So we, since 2009 till now, we are the main exporter of Bulgaria because we are a group. Do you know how many really collapsed? You know, IKEA, they moved far away, you know, they closed down, probably in Romania the same. But because we stayed in the group, we now are one of the biggest exporters and, you know, government paying attention to us. Anyway, so in Vogue magazine, we've been listed doing hotels in London. This is a very prestigious hotel in London. In Prague, this is Leicester in UK. This is Marriott in Bucharest. We've done in cooperation with our Romanian colleagues, especially over there sitting and smiling. So, Sofia, whatever. 2020, we started with about 20% forecast for increase. So double, we will double 11%, I said the growth. So nearly doubling the increase in our books, the pipeline. So many hotels, so many new buildings, etc. And then what? End of February. So construction stopped. Travel, you know, travels, everything stopped. So you need to face this and decide what you're doing. So the first thing we've done, we called our clients and say, so let's see, where are the suppliers? What can we do? Can we continue supplying? So it was very important, these green corridors, which were really, you know, they were continuing with the cargo and the transport. We will keep driving this, you know, moving these trucks to Europe. So we kept supplying furniture. We kept some of our fitters in this country, so they kept fitting these hotel rooms. So we managed, in the same time, some of our furniture group, you know, which are doing plexi and all this plexi stuff, they started making what? Screens. So they started making new products to supply and to help the industry. And this was like immediate reaction, and it was really possible because we were in the group. So, and then we started thinking, okay, that's the immediate reaction. This is like the first reaction. You need to supply helmets or screens, whatsoever, like in all the hotels, you have now the screens to check in, etc. But this is a short term. What about the long term? And this is what clusters can help really everybody. And I'm a very big believer that, you know, in the morning we were speaking, and I think Ulla Engelmann, she was the one who said, clusters are giving the answer how. And the topic of this conference just to answer this, how we can achieve the goals, achieve the agenda 2030, 2050, how? So, one of our solution, can we switch it, because I want to play a video now. I want to switch the lights, because I won't bore you with more words. So I just put this link on, please, and switch the lights, if possible, off. Yeah. Teddy said about the technical issues, so no problem. It was working. Yeah, we need to play the video because this is our answer to how. What's coming next? And I told you we've been working in hotels, so look at this video.
The breaking news, stay at home.
Has now become the epicenter of the pandemic.
Well, the hotel industry has been devastated.
Implementing new cleaning protocols.
Frequently hand washing, as well as
Worst crisis the hotel industry has ever experienced. How has the hotel industry been affected?
In a world of change, all we need is a new solution.
A new beginning. A new plan. New priorities. We're ready for the next step. Safety comes first. It's time for the new normal. Our low-touch economy requires a new generation of hotel rooms. No touch, no stress, just comfort. Viki by Ligna. Safety mode completed.
So we've been busy. And in this low-touch economy, now we're introducing this system when you're operating without touching, with this key, the V key, so the UV key in the room without touching any surfaces, especially all the sockets, switchers for the lights, etc. And also you're disinfecting the room, so it will be safety for the more sensitive clients. What is very important is that the biggest hotel group in the world, whenever, when we presented this and they said, we are very interested, and now I can't tell you the name because we have a NDA agreement, and now we are developing this system for them. Because if they introduce it first, they need to attack, of course, the competition, so they'll be the first one. And if you see these boxes with the UV disinfection, so you can disinfect, disinfect all your belongings like keys, mobile phone, everything what is exposed, so it will be safe when you're in the room. So this is what we presented and then what we're working at the moment, and this is the long-term solution. And it is possible, it was possible because we are in the group. So we have guys who are doing the metal box, we have somebody who is doing all these switchers, etc. Of course, we are working with our colleagues from microelectronics, from some companies, and this is the way to do it. The last, because I know, but I'm presenting also one, that's why I said a little bit more time, the new initiative, because I wanted to tell about. Can you just push the next one, the next slide? So we focus in the academy education. So to start teaching students how to design in this new normal, how to really to make more and more innovative products. The next one, please. It's the one before the last one. Because we do believe in the createch industry. So we spoke a lot about biotech. We have everything now is digital. Or the digital is entering our world. We can't live now without this. So the creative industry is the one, the furniture is moving on because we are designing new solutions. So this is being creative. So We are talking about the re-engineering and planning. I mean, the previous speakers talk about reshoring, or how to say it, so near-shoring. So the supply chains now being changed. So those companies or clusters who are ready to go to the clients to say, okay, buy from us. Don't go to the Far East, whatever. We are here. Because what happened nowadays is that, like in tourism, Bulgaria and Romania, by the way, we saved the Bulgarian tourism. And I mean, thank you very much for this, because our colleagues always help us. But Bulgarians are really now going back to their resorts and appreciating more local food, local shops, you know, local products. So this is like the attitude we are changing, how to be more greener, because in COVID, because no flights, etc., you know, I've not been on a plane since March, which is absolutely miracle. You know, my family is so happy to see me and never seen me so much, you know, in their life. So, but the planet was greener and safer and more blue sky, you know. So there were some positive, if you say positive, in a way to start thinking that nothing is for granted. We need to think more how to save the planet, how to be nice to our nature, because we have a heritage to leave to our generation. And also how to be more innovative and creative, because the bravest and those who are really create and innovate, they will win in this crisis. The others, they will just fall, you know. But the ones who are brave to try new things, new solutions, they will really win in this crisis. So in the creative industry is our focus. And the very last slide, I think, yeah. A bit of promotion, no, I'm joking. The music, the video, everything you just saw, is made in Ligna Studios. And the song itself is sung by a Bulgarian representative, the Bulgarian representative of Eurovision, who also was cancelled in 2020, but it will be 2021, like the Romanian Roxanne. I don't know those who are following the music. We are competing in Eurovision. So, and this girl, Victoria, who is also from Varna, is our representative. And we are working in the studios also with her about video, movies, music, animations, because this is the direction we as a cluster are going to do, and we are going to set up the Creative Cluster Bulgaria by the end of 2020, because the creative industries are one of the future for our country, and we do believe that this, you know, it's a very bright future. So please vote for Bulgaria in the next Eurovision. I'm personally behind Victoria, so she's, and we will vote for Romania, you know, or just to ver. Of course. So vote for Bulgaria. I'm joking, of course, if you like it. But this is what is coming from us, and that's what I've been doing for the last year. So sorry, I've been kind of off the agenda, but I'm always there and trying to shake, you know, the environment a little bit. So thank you very much. And now, can you put the slide with my colleagues, because the next one, so Creative Cluster Bulgaria, we would like to see the creative clusters in Romania and also Antonio in Europe, because we need to talk about this. The next one to speak is a incredibly, I mean, it's incredibly active and very modern cluster, which is the Life Science Cluster, Health and Life Science Cluster in Bulgaria. And they really disrupted the system and being very, very active, showing what clusters can do. So enough from me, the floor is to Christina.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Today I'm both challenged and very excited. My excitement comes to being here with all of you, to know more about you, and of course to find a way how we can collaborate. And of course my challenge comes from representing our work for only 5 minutes, and I promise to be very fast. Okay, can we switch on the presentation? Till then, I'm very happy to understand that Ligna Group actually supporting the process of living in COVID situation. Our main focus actually is to find a cure, not only for COVID, but all the disease. And I hope that we will achieve this mission. Okay, Health and Life Science Cluster is created 2 years ago by the enthusiastic scientists, experts, and SMEs in a field of the whole range of life science. We're having fantastic companies which are dealing with the drug discovery, with the preclinical studies. We have companies dealing with nutritional supplements, with even clean tech technology, climate, environment, any kind of technology that is included in the life science. Can you please switch the next slide? Thank you. I can bravely say that we are the most awarded cluster. Our members win every kind of awards connected to innovation, connected to technology, connected to any kind of awareness. Please, the next slide. We have a lot of projects connected to how to develop this ecosystem in Bulgaria, but not only. The past 2 years, we were focused on Bulgaria to find which are the most resources and equipment that we can use in order to increase the life science ecosystem in Bulgaria. Right now, we are focused abroad, and I hope that this event will provide us a perfect opportunities to find the good matches. So, we're having a project connected with creation of a life science park in Bulgaria. Yeah, it's possible. It will take a little bit time, but we believe that now in a collaboration with the universities, with the municipalities, with the government and our international network, we can achieve this goal. For this, we're supposed to find a way how to take all the data that is required and to find a way how to commercialize the scientific discovery. Therefore, we created a project connected to a mapping. We believe that this kind of a mapping could be something that can achieve all Balkans and why not Eastern Europe. I hope and counting on you, of course. We're having a very strong ecosystem. Right now, we are working not only with the life science companies in Bulgaria, but also we united and find a way, a common speech, a common thought we share with the ecosystem in AI. You will see a little bit later the representatives from AI Cluster Bulgaria, with the Drone Society, with Robotic Association. So we can say that we are very focused on not only to find which is the best thing in life science, but also to find which is the best cross-industry, multifunctional, cross-regional, cross-country projects. And I believe that in our region, we can find together this. Can you please switch the next slide? Here I try to point what could be our partnership search among you. Of course, we are willing to working together on our projects. Yesterday we discussed how many opportunities there is in front of us, and depends on us how united we can be, and of course how we like each other. Because this is as a public relations specialist, I know that the personal approach is the most important. So thank you, Teddy, and all the organizers that provide us this opportunity. Of course, according to education, we have a good academy. Similar like Romanian, but we believe that we're supposed to be in a more strong relationship between the academia to find the young people, to approach them, to find a way how they to collaborate and to create, of course, startups. For example, I calculated for one life science university in Bulgaria, it's called Trachea University in Stara Zagora. We work close with them. The first time that I met the rector, he said, we have 7,000 students. In 7,000 students, I see 200 startups. And if we follow the statistic, 1 unicorn. And I believe that in our region, we can find this. Of course, as I mentioned you that we are very focused in cross sectors. Why? Because, yeah, life science is quite cool. Everything is life science. But if you put a little bit pinch of AI into our life science, this means that we bring not only innovation, but we going abroad the innovation. We created something new, a science fiction. And science fiction is here now. I believe this and I believe into this room, we're having such a partners that we can deliver this science fiction to be true. Please, the next slide. Of course, here you can see our founding members. We're having a strong network of, yes, we are, the most of the company are positioned in Sofia, but the last year we are focused on the regional level. Right now we're discovering a lot of interesting companies, even in Varna. A little bit later, we will go to the university and to discover what they have. and they have a lot of things. And I hope that we will exchange this information, because nowadays, yes, there is too much information, but depends on us how we can manage this information to bring the real benefits for us. The next slide, please. This is our partnership network. Of course, it was necessary to find the support of government. Everybody said, why you need your government? And we said, yeah, why? But actually, when we started to work in, with countries from Scandinavia, from UK, from USA, Israel, they said, okay, how your government support you? So we go back in Bulgaria, start to negotiate to explain what exactly is life science. The problem is Bulgaria is that nobody actually knows what is life science. We don't have a specific venture funds. We don't have funds, not because we don't have money, but because there is no lack of expertise. The closest expertise actually in Bulgaria for valuation of a life science and AI project is in Prague. Can you imagine this? So depends on us. Again, we have a lot of things to think about. Yesterday, we talked about the ethics. I mentioned to Antonio that we're facing a problem because several countries in European Union, we don't have ethical national framework. For us, this means we're having a company dealing with a drug discovery. They have molecules for COVID, come on. But it's standing in the lab. Because our government, our frame, our project is not a TRL 7, which is necessary for European Union in one hand. And the other hand, our government said, we can't support a project that is not having so ethical issues inside. So please take care about the fishes, about the plants. No, I believe that we can do more. And I will be glad you to share with us, do you have some solution for this and what together we can do? Please, the next slide. Yeah, this is me and Dimitar, who is other chairman of the cluster. We are eager to know more about you and of course to exchange using all these 2 days to see how we can collaborate in the future. 5 minutes, top. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure for me.
I couldn't believe, Chrissy, well done. I know you, I mean, thank you very much for keeping the time. Really impressive. So I know that our dearest colleague from Cluj couldn't make it because of some problems with border, but most important, he tried. So best regards to Ciprian and really all the best from us. I don't know if he's in Constanța or is he? Maybe on the road, but he's
yes.
coming. So this is the Transylvania furniture cluster, and he's one of the gold clusters. So he's one of the champions in the region. So I'll be really happy to see him. I was particularly looking forward. So, but this gives the time or the chance to Felix, who is also a gold cluster. So a gold only could be, you know, another gold. So Agro Transylvania cluster, and I'm so impressed by this. So this is helping us, you know, this very cluster, well done. I mean, I'm really, yeah, it's very nice.
So there in the corner.
So Felix, the floor is yours.
Yeah, that's me. I will not talk too much about me and the Agro Transylvania cluster. The ones who were in the morning in the room and we were not sleeping during my presentation, you already know what we were doing. So, but I will try to talk about the ecosystem that I was presenting into the morning about the consortium or North Transylvanian clusters, where Ciprian is one of the members. If you remember the pictures, he was somewhere on the right. He was the first president actually of this consortium. It was the first cluster in gold cluster in Romania. The second one was Bianca Muntean from Transylvania IT cluster. I suppose you know, some of you, Bianca, because she is the manager, European manager of clusters in Europe for last year. So, and the third one, well, actually, in fact, I'm the president of consortium for this year. Very happy year, no conference, nothing. So it's, well, I was the president. This year, we were the third gold cluster in the region. We have then inside of the members a cluster, which is silver cluster in renewable energy. It's called TREC. And we are dealing with energy, especially with green energy. We have a lifestyle cluster, which is a very nice cluster, if you imagine fashion, movies, and something like that. So it's interesting. And now this consortium is increasing. We are looking for cluster in tourism. There is another cluster now in, there is another cluster in education, which was created, and actually in the 5th of October we joined our family of clusters, our ecosystem. Well, what I want you to keep in mind, if you're interested in collaboration in North Transylvania and to have the cluster, contact any of those guys, because we are competing sometimes for the same funds, especially the ones who are dedicated especially for cluster management. But most of the time we are having a coffee or a glass of wine together, and we are trying to make things work. So there in the region where I come, we can find more or less almost any kind of collaboration that you can need, from universities until medicine or whatever could be your interest for that point of view. And probably is not only our areas, but we are very strong. We have a very strong support from local and regional government, which are a member of all of the cluster, and they are providing an environment and an ecosystem extremely powerful and helpful for us to work together and actually to get the region on the top. So, of course, in the name of the consortium, I really am pleased to be here. I was really missing to talk in front of the people, not only in front of my computer and seeing myself and just thinking if the rest of the guys are with me or somewhere for a beer, or just saying from time to time, yes, professor, we are here, but probably not with the mind. It's much better to be in front of it. It's much better to meet people, to discuss, and the social connection for the cluster and the cluster management, from my point of view, it's one of the success key for surviving and for future development. Thank you, and anytime, just contact us. We are there to help you.
Thank you very much, Felix. Two Bulgarian clusters are now, there should be another Romanian, two Romanian, so I'm keeping fair play. So the next Romanian cluster, Christian, you need to explain this abbreviation, DriftMat cluster. So it's an interesting name, so we are looking forward to hear more about it.
So, good day to everybody. Thank you for inviting us to this nice meeting. Thank you for the organizers for the best condition made for us and for the safety during this kind with, let's say, challenging times facing in the whole world. I'm representing Romanian DriftMat, where it is, here. Okay. I am the communication manager of DriftMat, which means by distributed research infrastructure for future materials, applications, and new technologies. Actually, it's an association made, set up in Bucharest, near to Bucharest, in Măgurele city, which is also well known now, like the location of the most powerful lasers in the world, LNP. But I'm not talking about this. I'm talking now about my association, which is a newborn association, very young. Let's say with an idea from 2015. It was a core of research and institutes in high tech, mostly in physics, which was well experienced in fundamental research with human resource, well-trained human resource and adequate know-how to achieve. They wanted to achieve bridges to the industrial environments for approaching new multidisciplinary topics and connect it to new technologies and to be materialized at the end by implementing joint projects. Last but not the least, we want to identify infrastructures from this whole kind of, from the, this academic course, and to be put together with SMEs who are well interested in let's say, in joint venture projects, at the end to have a single entry point for potential applicants and requirements. We work by inviting SMEs and large company. We have already associated 11 members and 3 more in 2020 with research activity and mainly interested in developing such partnership and joint research projects. Actually, it is in the logo. I will explain it like that, starting with 2016 in main, let's say, cities, university cities called Cluj-Napoca, Iași, Constanța, Bucharest, and Timișoara. We started with these are the founders, which are the universities, which are in Babeș-Bolyai, in Cluj-Napoca, Technical University in Cluj-Napoca, in Iași, National Institute of Research and Development for Technical Physics in Constanța, Ovidius University, Bucharest, University of Bucharest, National Institute for Research and Development in Microtechnologies, National Institute of Materials Physics, and National Institute for Laser, Plasma, and Radiation Physics. In Timișoara, West University of Timișoara. In 2018, we invited to join the first, let's say, wave of companies, which are, let's say, Pharmac SA, it's a cosmetic enterprise. Betac is also in metallurgical. Eta2U in Timișoara is also developer in IT. Now comes. Okay. In Iași, all green, Interelectro, Polytechnica is a technology transfer of Technical University Gheorghe Asachi. In Bucharest, companies are, let's say, in sensors, Vegacomp, Bea Consult is also in IT integrator. Xeron Product SA is a producer in high-tech, in special products. PlasmaJet, it's also in welding. Dozy Tracker, it's also a company specialized in kind of sensor for radiation. Radon, for instance, is the radon, which is now a product well known in the western side of Europe. Eta2U is, as I said, it's a IT integrator. And we have been awarded with the bronze badge in 2018. In 2020, there are new companies in the way to be part of our association. It's Chimica Group in Cluj-Napoca, also in automotive, specialized in automotive products. Polycolor sites known, which have a joint venture with the Ruse Orgakim. This is the Polycolor SA from.
And I'm Evgeny Marinov. I'm the co-chairman, co-founder. And yeah, I'm a technical guy, mathematician. Normally, Christina Ashkenazi, who is also a co-founder, and our PR is doing these kinds of pitching, but she has presented the healthcare cluster. So our cluster has been founded December 2019 by about 20 professionals from the experience in AI domain. Besides us, there are professors from universities, also from top universities as Stanford, Oxford, Edinburgh, but also entrepreneurs. And we try to build this cluster to be very interdisciplinary. Can we go maybe to the next slide? or if I have, yeah, as I said, this is a non-profit organization where we try to be very interdisciplinary. It was our members are professionals in the NLP, natural language processing, computer vision, self-driving cars, and we try to cover all the areas of data science and machine learning. And we have, can we go to the next slide? We have already started some activities this year. For this 1 year, we managed to build a community, AI community, and started to help the government to develop the AI strategy in collaboration with other national organizations. We also founded the AI Tech Club in the Sofia Tech Park. They are also our collaborators and partners. We also deal with the industry, with companies about AI ethics. We prove some initiatives that come from the industry and from the government. We prove whether they make sense in the framework of AI, whether they can be achieved or not. Yeah, with this, we try to fill the gap between industry and the engineers. We also, oh, sorry for the rows a little bit. Yeah, we also have deal a lot of with the technology transfer, also with the healthcare cluster, because Chrissy and Dimitar are also in our cluster, and we work together very close. If we go maybe to the next slide, please. Maybe one of the most important initiatives is the Borderless AI initiative that we started a couple of months ago. It is still in the making, actually, and with different European organizations, we try to build a more global community. And the purpose of this community is to exchange best practices, to see what are the changes in the different countries and industries and how we can collaborate. We also have meeting series almost every month or every second month. And we discuss there which are going to be the members, how we are going to contribute to the European challenges and to build the international AI communities together. And these are mainly our partners in these initiatives are from Austria, the Austria AI cluster and other organizations in Sweden, in northern Sweden, in Göteborg, in Bulgaria also our AI cluster and the healthcare cluster, Serbia AI and other organizations in Serbia. And thank you. And maybe I can present some of our partners. In first place, this is the Sofia Tech Park, where we have founded the AI Club and our monthly meetings. You can, if you are interested, you can go to their website, and we are presenting each month some state-of-the-art topic in AI by people from industry or from the university. Also the networking premium co-working space, they host our events. We have collaboration with Sofia municipality and joint ventures. Of course, health and life science cluster, the Ministry of Education and Science, where we help in the development of the national strategy, AI strategy, the Gate Institute, where, by the way, I'm a postdoc researcher, and yeah, maybe.
Well done, Evgeny. I think AI there, it's so interesting. I'm sure Romania will join soon because I didn't see Romania, but this is such a trendy industry, and so well done what you're doing and well done for presentation.
Thank you. Thanks.
Bravo. So Christina, you know, you have now a new colleague to present if you are not available somewhere. So we are keeping the time. I know this is a very interesting session. I'm doing my best. Yuze, I'm very happy to see you. Maritime cluster. So Astrico, just to attract your attention, it's very simple. I'll just say that their turnover is 173 million euros, from which 160 is for export. So I know that's why you're looking like this, Nelly. So the floor is yours. So Bianca, you're. Tell us how you're doing it. 173 million euros.
Thank you. I have a loud voice, that's why. So I don't know if you see it well. Okay. Oh, God. Okay. So, hello, my name is Carmen, Ostrico Nord-Est Textile Cluster, a cluster that was founded in 2006. The journey of Ostrico Nord-Est Cluster starting in 2006 by 7 ambitious SMEs and a big company who started an association of textile industry in Savinești, northeast part of Romania. Please. Thank you. In 2010, we signed a partnership that made us a cluster, a registered cluster. We signed a partnership with the Northeast Regional Development Agency from our town, with the Technical University Gheorghe Asaki from Iași, with the National Institute for Research and Development from Bucharest, and InnoConsult, in order to create a cluster, the first textile cluster in Romania, Ostrico Nord-Est Textile Cluster. Now we are 23 companies from the textile sector, 3 large companies and 20 SMEs, 4 enterprises from area like packaging, furniture production. We cooperate with them in so many sectors, 2 cluster-owned trade companies, more than 2,400 employees, and accumulated turnover of 176 million euros per year. What we have most important and most unique in Romania, we have developed a collaborative marketing sales system by setting up a system. We create a company, and then we bought another one in 2014. And through these companies, we developed a system that managed the client's portfolio and let us work together, all the companies for the group. The companies and the members of the companies benefit from this system in typing, technical assistance, and logistic and financial services. Another achievement, we established an own creative department, fully equipped with all the technologies in the textile and knitting area. We have a permanent showroom, Shimaseiki. Shimaseiki is one of our manufacturer partner. We use their machines to knit. We implement European financing projects. Now we have 5 European and national projects on COSME, Erasmus, on research and development program in Romania, on human capital and administrative capacity. We have a silver label for you, awarded by ESCA for excellence in management. This is our projects from the last 2 years. As I said earlier, there are the one currently in implementation, but in total we have 8 projects implemented at the Ostrico level. Thank you.
Short and sweet, you know, but yeah, thank you very, very much. So if you think that this is it, it's not, because there is a textile concept cluster with another 100 million euros they are making. So Romania, what you're doing? The Bulgarian textile collapsed, so it moved to Romania, apparently, what I can see now. So Mirela, the floor is yours. It's very, really impressive. So that was your story.
Yes, hello. So Romania has a tradition in the textile industry, and this is why probably we have these results. You don't have my presentation there? Nu ai trimis-o? I have a slide, if maybe somebody can talk and I'll give you the slide. I thought you received it.
Okay. Okay. So of course we are flexible. We need to adapt. Yeah, so of course we have a gentleman who is ready to step in, and this is Peter from Green Synergy Cluster. I'm sure he is ready to step in immediately, and his presentation is already there. You see more from them, you know, from Green Synergy Cluster, which were one of the most active clusters in this field in Bulgaria, and we're so happy that you made it from, you know, to be here. So the floor is yours.
Thank you very much.
And you are speaking later on, right?
For these nice words. Dear everyone, it's a pleasure for me to introduce you the Green Synergy Cluster. The Green Synergy Cluster is a cluster organization located within the second largest region of Bulgaria. It already has 8 years of experience in good and bad, but it's already done a lot in terms of achievements. If you can put the next slide. So in order to present you in short and in an efficient way our cluster, we're the ones who are striving for efficient, green and smart society. So for this reason, we built our cluster and still building our cluster network. It's dedicated to the sustainable innovation and sustainable innovation development. Our mission as a cluster is to promote, identify, and realize different energy efficiency, renewables, and R&D projects in the sustainable energy field, contributing to the European Green Deal. And our mission is to promote and develop resource efficiency among clusters, among other third-party organizations, and also to promote circular economy solutions. And last but not least, we're the one who strive to take part in the green energy transition so as to achieve climate neutral Europe in 2050. Okay, next slide, please. In order to do so, we've built our network that covers 4 main pillars. The first one, companies providing services and solutions related to energy efficiency and renewable energy systems. That includes energy systems, renewables, efficiency in buildings, energy storage, energy flexibility, energy monitoring. The second main pillar of companies are the ones who are working in the building sector, like smart buildings, nearly zero energy buildings, energy communities, creation and development of positive energy districts, and smart cities. The next slide, please. The third pillar, the ones who are related to natural resource efficiency. That means development of waste to energy projects, testing of bio-based content of bio-based products, testing of biofuels and compost and bio-wastes, as well as emission inventories, monitoring of air quality modeling. And the last pillar is the one related to planning and development. We do perform sustainable energy planning for municipalities. We're providing services such as long-term transition roadmaps towards sustainability. We engaging policymakers in the energy transitions and also building partnerships with local governments. Next slides. So, what are our objectives? just probably as every single cluster, as you, we want to develop, implement innovations. We want to internationalize our clusters. We want to intensify cluster and business network collaboration. And of course, to build a strong cluster. How we do that? We take part in internationalization missions. We've already completed several projects in Mexico and Brazil as part of the low carbon business actions in America. We do provide services as matchmaking for our members, and we also participate in such events, and we also provide services to our members and third-party companies related to access to funding for innovations, project development, and so on. The next slide, please. So what we've achieved so far, the two really big partnerships have been developed in the past. The first one in 2015, together with 8 other clusters, forming a consortium of almost 1,200 SMEs. We established a strategic cluster partnership dedicated to natural resource efficiency. The aim of this partnership was to foster innovation in the field and to improve the networking of and the research of the participating companies, with the aim to internationalize them in Asia, namely the Philippines, in Mexico as well. And the second partnership that we're currently developing, we've been selected and joined the BBI Ambassadors Program as part of the Silibio project, which aims with this role as an ambassador, we aim to share information and promote bio-based opportunities in Bulgaria, and also to help with the development of the bioeconomy in our country as well. Next slide. Okay, I just present a brief map of the Naturiv partnership that we're currently working within. And probably the final slide comes next. Okay, yeah, within one of our latest achievements is the Horizon 2020 project. This project is related to the development of positive energy district within one of the Bulgarian municipalities. This is the Vidian municipality. We will engage them in the energy transition and transformation towards smarter and low carbon city. There are 2 major cities in Europe that are leading this transition, but our Bulgarian municipality is one of the forwards. So we believe in the long term, working with them, we will transform one of the districts in this municipality into a positive energy one. And the last, yeah, really the last slide in this presentation. In 2019, our cluster was awarded as an innovative cluster, which gave us the possibility to be contracted by the Operational Program Innovation and Competitiveness and to implement a small-scale research-based waste-to-energy power plant. It's built on a multi-stakeholder cluster approach where locally available waste biomass will be turned into energy, namely biogas. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And you hear
very much open for a cooperation with all of you. We have the maturity and the experience in working in European projection as well. And we are, yeah, ready to.
And you hear more about them in the afternoon session. I know that you are also presenting some of your achievements. So thank you very, very much. And I think, yeah, Mirela is ready now. We're ready with the slide? No, we're not ready with the slide. Why we're not ready? So should it be the 3rd time lucky, or so how is it going to? 3rd time, usually 3rd time is lucky. Oh, applause! We made it.
Yes, sorry.
Textile cluster.
No.
No?
No.
Not again? Oh, how are you doing? There are 3 more clusters, and there are many more in the rooms, by the way. Okay, yeah, found it.
I will start until they play it. I will start by saying that the figures that Genoveva gave for our turnover represents only 1.7% of the turnover of the Romanian textile companies. So the textile industry in Romania is one of the first 5 industries in the, as far as the exports go. So we are Romanian Textile Concept cluster based in 2011 in Bucharest, Ilfov and Muntenia South area of Romania. We have a silver label. I will be very quick because I've already disrupted the flow of the workshop. Our main goal is to enhance the level of innovation and internationalization of our members, and we have 4 departments working in this regard. I will give only one example of projects implemented by each department. We'll start with the Innovation, Research and Development Department. Their main goal is to help our members find innovative solutions for their development. And the last project implemented was developing the innovation capacity of the Romanian Textile Concept Cluster, a Romanian project. From its results, I will mention the innovation strategy of the cluster. We made some innovation and eco-innovation audits for our members, and we made a study for the superior valorification of the wastes from the textile industry. The next department would be the internationalization and marketing, internationalization and commercial department. We have developed a brand common for the cluster. We made a collection with which we participate in international fairs, in fashion shows. We organize fashion shows. And we made also an internationalization strategy of the cluster that can be applied by the members too. The Training and Education Department, this is a project very dear to me. It's called Women in Power, fostering the leadership and empowerment of women working in traditional sectors through education. We made a study about the situation of the women working in the traditional sectors in textile, leather and furniture. And we analyzed the opportunities that they have in their career, to advance in their career, and what hinders this advancement. And based on the conclusions of this study, we developed a training course that is available online, free, and in 4 languages. And last but not least, we have the project management department, that together with our cluster member, Inno Consulting, as an EEN representative, developed the integrated cluster services system, which is a 3-step funnel approach methodology that starts with a presentation seminar. Then we go and visit the companies and we make some business audits. And the 3rd step and the result would be some tailor-made solutions for the members. In the bottom right corner picture, you see our president, Mrs. Sarah Wexler, that was the face of one of the EN campaigns last year. So in a few words, this is us.
Thank you very, very much, Mirela. Thank you. Thank you. It was well worthy to hear all this, especially that it's just 1% and 1.7, you said, from the total textile. Wow, we are very jealous, especially we from furniture, you know. Yes. Wow. So there is much more, we're expecting much more to report next year then. Yeah, there is a big potential. So the last 2 clusters, and we are very sorry that we are late, but you know, that's why we are here for. That's what we've been missing, really. You know, as the colleagues were saying, you know, speaking, you know, in front of each other and looking at these smiling faces, you know, you're so beautiful, you know, from here. So smiling faces, not just the screens. You guys are also very, you know, we can't see you. Maybe you are smiling now, but we cannot see you. So the last 2 clusters, our host from Varna, there is a host from Varna, Todor, from the Black Sea Energy Cluster. So Todor is from the city we are in, Varna. So the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Hello, I'm glad to see you here in our city. Our cluster, as Jenny say, it's a Black Sea Energy Cluster. It's located in Varna, and all our members is from Varna. The next slide. So we are established in 2011, and our main goal and topic is energy efficiency, smart energy, virtual power plant, everything about changing the using of the producing and using the electricity. So we have a lot of things which we can propose, and our company working in field, for example, in healthcare, we develop a special smartwatch for elderly who connect the elderly with special services, and it's a topic when we can work together. With artificial intelligence cluster also we have to develop so-called smart home, and we can show you in Varna fully independent office from the electricity companies. Also for the agriculture, we can propose special water delivery system which is independent from the local electricity company, and we can use this one. We, of course, work very close with Synergy Cluster from Plovdiv. We know very well with them. So that's cooperative. It's really, really important. The next slide, we have about 13 companies. Most of our, not most, all of our companies, it's not so big. We try to keep only small companies because we want to be innovative, not to be very commercial. Also, we have 7 NGOs which help us to develop project proposals. You know, it's very important. We work with almost all programs which is eligible for us, with Danube project, with Norway, with Brussels programs, national programs, and education institution is Technical University of Varna. The next slide. Here I just show some of the projects which we implemented under grant money. Pilot module it's a first module for fully independent street whitening. The second point is good cooperation with Norway Energy Cluster. We have really nice connection with them and develop a lot of small projects with them. And the last one, it's under national program. We have connection with clusters from Slovenia and from Poland also. So we are very open here on the Black Sea. Usually we are very open. This pandemic time, it's very unusual for us. And if you have just some idea, just call us and we will develop for sure. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Todor. Thank you. Thank you very much. And the very last one from Romanian side is also, I don't know where is Andy. Andy, yeah. So the ICT Lower Danube, so that's why you also Lower Danube is also part like a host, you know, can I say, also part of the hosts here. So the floor is yours. Tell us more about it.
5 more minutes to the coffee break, yeah? My name is Andy, and Pushka, I know in Bulgarian Pushka means something. I represent 6 clusters, and I will speak about those. 1 region, 1 university, and I want to thanks to 5 people. So let's start. If the slides are ready. It was needed a university to start clusters in 4 fields because companies didn't have the initiatives. In some other fields, companies started clusters, so we are aggregating those under the umbrella of Clustero, the national association. So in all clusters are involved universities, authorities, companies, and NGOs. Danubius and something are in the title of the presentation, but my region, as I see it, as the name says, it's the lower Danube part of the famous river. We are sharing the river, also the Black Sea. We have, yes. Next slide, please, already. The region is a border of European Union. It's an important border. Ukraine, Republic of Moldova, Bulgaria, yes, inside Europe, outside Europe, but very close to us. You can see Danube, the most important river in our bigger country, Europe, and also some intelligent specialization based on the field of the clusters. Next slide. I will present you some objectives, as you all have. Clusters should be informed, should be grouped, should have a brand, and should be representative in the European Commission. So, already knowing that, we should work, volunteering at the beginning, as we did already, and waiting and working for the European funds. Should come. Yes? Correctly. This is why we are regionally based, as Europe pays money. In Romania, 8 regions, in Europe, thousands. Besides that, it's about river transportation. It's about maritime transportation, also because river in Galați and Brăila are maritime. We have some of the biggest shipyards in Europe, Damen, maybe you know. We have ports, we have harbors, we have this tradition of naval fields. This is why we created this cluster. Another one is green energy. Some of us, one of our colleagues, spoke already about green energy. Green, all is green, Green Deal of Europe. We are waiting for calls to be integrated. Also, we have another field, health. We are wearing masks, public health, health in any direction. We should take care of us to be healthy and to create reasonable fields of education in health. This is why universities, 5 of them in Romania, in my region, hospitals, interventional force in health, and NGOs, the society also should work on this direction. Also, ICT, famous ICT, interconnect every cluster, every field of industry, economic, and it's already international, yeah? Because right now we are in the front of cameras, we are transmitting live globally. And we have in Galați, in Brăila, in Tulcea, in Buzău, in Vrancea, in 6 counties of Romania, constituting our region, bright, intelligent people on ICT field. And also because companies want to promote their ideas. Started a cluster like this, Open Hub, creative cluster. They're dreaming of having together all the bright, open minds in our region. Open Hub cluster. And also, it's not there, you should imagine only, textile cluster, another textile cluster in our region, in Focșani, you know it. And finally, and let's go together to drink a coffee, I want to thank Daniel Coșniță, his leadership, Clustero. Also, Ms. Leucuța, who represented us and informed us, keep us working. Also, Mr. Voicu, from our region, is my colleague, and also Mr. Voido Lajos, who brought the champagne on our first cluster in Galați. Thank you very much, and see you soon.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Andy. So for these final words, so we made it, and I think we kept the energy till the end. And I really don't believe the statistics, Antonio, for this scoreboard, the innovation of Bulgaria and Romania. I think next year it will be changed because I saw so much innovation in all these clusters. So we should be a little bit more in the ladder, right? So we promise, right, to be up in the ladder because there are so many projects which are coming. And you know, about 10 or 12 years ago, when Daniel invited me, you invited me to Bucharest for you started doing the conferences, you know, in Bucharest, and really you set the example. And then we spoke that Danube really was dividing Bulgaria and Romania too much. You know, we didn't know each other. So it's just a river, but it was dividing. I think now, 10, 12 years later, we are really united. So the Danube is really uniting us, and we know each other, and we are really working together. So I hope after this, and I personally am so proud to now be in tears in the evening because we are making a history, the first Bulgarian, Romanian, the first joint clusters conference. So, and we are the one responsible for this. So thank you very much for everybody, and let's give more applause to all of us. Thank you. Sorry for delay, you know.
Thank you, Jenny, for the moderating the session, and thank you for all presenting. It was a great journey from different experiences, different regions, different industries. So I think there is really a huge potential here.